is taking the lead.
Well, is it last month?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Thank you. Are we live, Jill? Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome Tim and Councillor Duran online. We'll call the meeting to order. Is there any declarations of conflict? No. None. Okay, seeing none, can we get approval of the agenda, please? Sure. Moved and seconded.
Sure.
Thank you. The adoption of the minutes from the June 28th, 2022 meeting. Okay, moved and seconded. Thank you. Is there any business arising from the minutes?
Mr. Chair.
I knew. That's why I looked right over at you when I said it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In the minutes, first of all, Mr. Chair, I must congratulate our new Deputy Police Chief. I know you've already done that, Jennifer McCarran, so welcome to the table. I know you've been doing a great job as acting Deputy Chief.
We are super pleased.
Very pleased.
With the announcement.
So, Deputy, I keep bringing this up. It's about the parking ticket forgiveness program. I did look in the minutes, Mr. Chair. I know you weren't here the last meeting, but I'm just wondering, it involves 2 or 3 standing committees, economic development, public works, and police. I know you've been meeting on it, so any progress on that front? Okay, could I ask for an update at the next meeting? Is that all right, Mr. Chair?
We will have an update next meeting. Councillor Duffy, yes.
I'd also like to have a little bit of a moment or so with concerning the renovations to 282, 284 University Avenue. We've hit a few snags there.
Okay, so we've had those. We have those meetings in closed sessions. Yeah, so we'll leave that to the closed session if you can.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so if there's no other business arising from the minutes, we're going to move right into reports. Deputy Chief Mamie, when you're ready to provide the operational report, please do.
Yep, thank you, Chair. Just having a bit of technical difficulty here. Would it be all right if police jump in there first, Brad, if you're okay, just till I get sorted out here right quick?
Yeah, we can do that. So we can move into police. So C, operational, and Deputy Chief, whenever you're prepared.
Okay, so for calls, compared to July 2021, which was 1,263, we are up in July to 1,559 calls this month so far. The officers have laid 225 charges under the Highway Traffic Act and 49 warnings. We've noticed an increase in thefts for motor vehicles down in the Brighton area, and also an increase in vandalism in the North River Road, Barber Circle area just this past weekend. The chief is working with other municipalities to find out what they're doing about the tent city issue we're having throughout the city, down by Maritime Electric and behind the church on Mount Edward Road. There was a company that did a review for the Halifax Police, and we're just waiting to see what comes out of that review to see what our options are here. And that's what I have operational-wise.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Chief. Any questions on the operational piece?
Yeah, Jane, you mentioned that.
No, we're good.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Just one sec, Councillor Duran. I'm just going to get Councillor Ramsey.
Well, there we go. Sorry. You mentioned about the tents down in that area, but I believe there's going to be those stacks taken down anyway. So is that going to help
That
the
will
matter a
help.
little bit or something along that line?
That'll help kind of down in that area, but
Yeah.
then they just seem to be
Moving around.
moving around.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
Okay, Deputy Chief, just a quick question for you. Under the operational report, the car thefts that you just mentioned, I know they've increased down in the Brighton area. What advice, tips would you give to residents, I guess, in Charlottetown to hopefully avoid having, the theft happen? If you can offer something that would be fantastic.
Well, I did speak with CBC. You don't lock your doors. Keep your valuables in your house. If your doors don't lock in your car, don't leave anything in it. You know, to me, it's a no-brainer. Lock your doors. If your doors don't lock, don't leave anything valuable in your car, because even if you do have locks, they may smash the window to take it. And, you know, we can't be everywhere every time. So, you know, they're walking around at night. They can get into driveways and apartment building parking lots easier than we can see them. So we have to put some onus back on the public to lock their doors and keep their valuables inside.
Any questions, Don? No? Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you. Councillor Duran, did you have a question on the operational report?
No, I just said I was good, but
Oh,
thank
okay.
you.
Sorry. Technology, I just kind of got muffled there. I apologize. Okay, so let's move on to personnel.
So as you know, we had the 3 new hires that started July 11th. They're all doing well, settling in. We have a few resumes coming in for part-times, so we're hoping that we can probably have a competition hopefully in the fall to hire some more.
Any questions on personnel? Councillor Duran, anything?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right, on to bylaws.
And I do have 3 resolutions. Resolution number 1. I believe we received a complaint regarding the Conley Street addresses 40, 38, and 36 regarding the grass not being cut. On July 4th, there was warnings posted on the doors and photos taken of the property in which they had till July 11th to comply. There was a non-compliance as of July 20th. Properties were checked and still the grass has not been cut for that one. The second one deals with the tent city. We received a complaint on June 30th from Calvin Mall regarding people putting tents up on the property and the garbage and property that's been left. He's received numerous complaints from the area, and it's been an ongoing issue. There's stolen property there, so the resolution was in kind for a cleanup of that area.
So Deputy Chief, just on that one for a second. Last council meeting, it was requested by councillors that when we have a resolution, anytime that it's in kind, that we have a little more of a backgrounder for the package. So if it's possible for the council meeting coming up, if we can have, I guess, a little more of a history or a reasoning as to why it's in kind versus that of simply because, again, it's just a different ask than we're normally used to. And yeah, council had a request that. Donna?
And I'll be happy to help you with that.
Okay. Thank you.
Do we know now what the kind is on this particular?
Yeah, so the in-kind, there's a tent city, if you will, that has been established on the grounds of the church, and again, there's a fairly substantial cleanup involved based on the complaint that we had gotten from the owners, I guess, or whoever's representing the church, and again, not the church's fault, unfortunately, and that's the in-kind, but we will have more information in the package that we can debate, at council if need be, but that's kind of where it's at. It's becoming more normal than right. That's why we're saying that's why council said that in any in-kinds moving forward, that we're going to want some additional information with respect to why, be it pictures, be it whatever, and that way we have a better idea before we vote on it.
I'm not a big car for the long, but I don't see any difference between what's going on up there. It happened to me on I-10. People came in my backyard and I would be responsible.
Yeah. So.
I'll leave you with it.
Yeah. No. And again, we're going to make sure that there's more information in the package. That way, you're well educated before casting a vote. Thank you.
Great.
Councillor Ramsey?
Thank you, Chair. Deputy Chief, when they go onto these properties, I'm just trying to get it straight in my head, like whether it's a personal residence or the church or anything along that line, could they not be charged for trespassing?
They could.
Yeah, and I know the courts are backed up and all that stuff, but no, and you probably wouldn't get anything. If they're camping there, like, you're probably not gonna get the fines paid anyway. But I'm just wondering, they could be charged with trespassing, could they
Yes.
not? Okay, thank you.
And a lot of them have been given trespass notices that,
Yes, right.
you know, it doesn't mean anything.
No, that's right. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we need a motion from this committee to move, you have,
I have one more.
sorry, you have one more, sorry.
The third one is for 14 Olabar. Constable Sutcliffe had given them a warning on June 13th to clean up its garbage, old mattresses, and what's happening is the people that, you know, are homeless are sleeping, leaving their garbage. Todd has tried to contact the owner at several occasions, and he's not getting any answer or response, call back.
Okay, so we have three resolutions before us, so we'll start with the first resolution that has 40 Conley, 38, 36. Do we have a motion? To approve, moved. Okay, seconded by Councillor Duffy. Any questions, discussion on these ones? Okay, all in favor? Councillor Duran?
In favor?
Okay.
In favor?
Opposed? Okay. So 4-0. Moving on to the next. We have the 153 Mount Edward Road Christian Reformed Church, and it is the resolution that is in kind. We're going to have more information, of course, to support this for council meeting, but to advance it to council, do I have a motion? Yes. Okay. Moved by Councillor Ramsey, seconded by Councillor Duffy. All in favor?
Just,
Oh,
motion's
sorry.
on the floor.
Yep, motion's on the floor.
So 153 Mount Edward Road. Deputy Police Chief McCarron, is it in around the surrounding property of the Charlottetown Christian Reformed Church? Is it out front? Right. Okay. Okay, so this request has come from the church itself? Yes. Okay. And when the chair said that we're going to get more information, is that information to be shared at a open or closed session? What are you looking at? Like, if questions do come up about it, about specifically where it is, how do we address it? Can we,
Your Worship,
can we be more specific in what we're looking at?
so the chief is to contact the chief, I believe, in Halifax.
That's right.
Because Halifax has again dealt
Three
with this.
sites.
And until that conversation happens, unfortunately, the chief was unable to call because he was ill, and so he is planning on calling this week and touching base with the chief in Halifax, and then he'll bring that information back to the department.
Right.
Yep.
But in terms of this cleanup, I think we can do that separately than what information we get from Halifax, correct? Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor? Councillor Duran?
In favor?
Okay. Motion carried. And the last one is for the cleanup on 14 Olabar Street. Do I have a mover? Yes. Moved by Councillor Duffy, seconded by Councillor Ramsey. No discussion. All in favor?
In favor?
Okay, thank you. Motion carried. All right, thank you, Deputy Chief. That is our bylaws taken care of, and we're into community policing.
Our community action team has been really busy this summer. So far with the Canada Day festivities, they've escorted the HMCS Charlottetown Run for the Children's Wish. They also did the Firebirds Antique Car. I'd say it's sort of a parade. They led that. They did a presentation to the Sherwood Day Camp regarding safety and exactly what police officers do. They conducted road checks with highway safety, and they ended up laying 45 HTA tickets and 8 warnings. And we had 8 officers involved with the Pride Parade this past weekend. And the wellness team and the CAT team are also doing ongoing patrols at the Outreach Center in downtown Charlottetown itself.
Awesome, very good. I'd love seeing us so active in the community. Any questions on the community policing piece for Deputy Chief? Councilor Ramsey?
Maybe it was under personnel, I'm sorry if it was. Are we still doing the citizens' involvement? Like every year, remember, we sort of give them awards and all that because they work with the city police? Do you remember that, Deputy
We
Chief?
haven't because of COVID,
Okay,
but that will probably be starting up as well as the Citizens Police Academy
right,
once everything kind of gets back to normal.
yeah. Yeah, because of the ones that were there, they seemed to be very excited about it and they did a great job and all that. So I just wondered if that program's still alive.
I'm
Okay.
sure it will be revisited once we can
Yeah,
open up.
thank
fully.
you.
Mr. Chair,
Perfect. Yes, Your Worship.
Deputy Chief Police, I like that. That's a great handle there. Huh? It's like the CAO. This is a follow-up on something that was started with the previous Minister of Social Development and Housing, Mr. Brad Trivers. It was an issue that was brought forward by the councillor from Ward 1, Councillor Yankoff, creating this patrol of ambassadors to patrol the heritage squares. Have we any follow-up with the new minister on this issue? If not, could you bring it back to your
I can bring it
management
back.
team?
I'm not aware at this time, but I can find out and let you know.
Yeah, and I don't care. The sooner it starts, great. But if it's over an 8 to 10 week period of providing this service for the heritage parks in the downtown, it will have the same effect whether it started back in 1st of July or if it starts in 1st of August or mid-August. I know that Councillor Yankoff is trying to get information on where we're going with it, and it looked like, or she was getting the impression or feeling from the previous minister, Minister Brad Trivers, that it was going forward. So if we can just get something back, that would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I can.
Yes, Donna.
If I can just add to that, the chief has been working now, and he was in and briefed me on that program and is very hopeful to get it up and going fairly quickly. There is some issue with dollars, but, he's working with the department on that.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Your Worship. And also, just to give you, everyone an update at the committee, which we'll have some more information here shortly. On behalf of Councillor McCabe, who with her different hat on as a council worker in one of the schools, asked for a meeting with myself and the chief herself with ministers with regards to the officers in the school system, because we want to make sure that continues, that the money is there and the commitment is there. So very important. But we are meeting with the minister, I believe, next week, and we'll be able to report back.
Is there some concern that the officers may not be at both?
Yes.
Charlottetown Rural and Colonel Gray?
The funding I don't believe is there right now, and we are looking to make sure the funding is there for we can continue that work in the school system.
But my understanding, do they have an RCMP officer at Bluefield?
As far as I know, they don't have anyone dedicated full-time to any of the high schools. RCMP don't.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll have an update as soon as we get it. I'll send an email around to the committee just with the update, and I'm hoping it's going to be good news because it's an important. It's important in the school system, and it's been received really well in the school system to date, and we'd hate to see that discontinued. So,
Exactly.
okay. All right, is that it for community policing and the whole police report? Thank you very much. Councillor Duran, do you have any questions?
No, but thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. All right, Deputy Chief Mamie, how is the technical difficulties coming?
We're all sorted out, Chair. I appreciate it.
Perfect. All right, you're up on stage. Operational report, please.
Perfect, thank you. Operational report from June 23rd to July 18th. Total fire inspections with 21, with 4 general inspections, 1 follow-up, 5 hazard compliance orders issued, 11 files were closed, 5 plan reviews. Engine 1 was out for just the 1 visit during this period. 4 fire investigations completed by the fire inspectors, and 5 education sessions. We're getting back out to the schools and daycares, or daycares now with the schools closed, but we're making ourselves visible out there again, and lots of kids getting involved and getting some fire safety messaging. Emergency responses, there's 67 in total, 47 at Station 1, 12 at Station 2, and 8 inspector call-outs. Total time on scene of 36 hours and 41 minutes, broken down by 22 hours 56 for District 1, 7 hours and 55 minutes for District 2, and 5 hours 50 minutes for the inspectors. Department training concluded for the summer on June 29th. There was an internal crew challenge and fun head by all, and then we have a department barbecue, which normally wraps up the first half of the training schedule, and we'll resume again in September with the general meeting in the first Monday or Tuesday following the holiday. Department activities, banners of firefighters with lots of fire safety messages are displayed along the Station 1 block of Kent Street. I encourage everybody to get out and have a good look at all your volunteers and your career members out there. Recruitment campaign for volunteers continues, and information posters have been distributed to over 20 locations around town. So we're getting some uptake on that. That closes August 12th. Mulch fire safety signs. They have to do with discarding smoking materials, which causes a lot of those issues. So we've created the signs, and we've got them out to a lot of the businesses and residents that are looking for them and that have those areas. The fire inspector has been a very busy summer, involved with the weekly downtown farmers market, every other activity as well, and the fireworks on July 1st, and I believe we have some fireworks upcoming this Natal Day weekend as well. We'll also have duty crews in place for the fireworks on the Natal Day weekend like we did for Canada Day. 2 of our volunteer firefighters, Brad Wanacott and Declan Weavers, they were over, I don't have the results, but they were participating in the Atlantic Fire Fit Championships in Amherst, July 23rd and 24th. So it was hard training goes into that, and we'll see what the results were. Hopefully I'll have that for next.
We'll just assume gold.
The ELS firefighter competition, that's open. That closes, I believe, the 29th here of July, and the career positions are going to be right on top of that. We're going to get both of them out there and filled up, hopefully. And as a final note, or second last note, we're making arrangements to loan the 1996 ladder truck that's been out of service here for since we got our new ladder apparatus. We're going to be loaning that to North Shore Fire, who currently doesn't have that type of resource, and can really come in handy for the mutual aid responses in the area. And we're really it pays dividends for both. It keeps the truck in service and operational, and also provides that capability to another municipality. And finally, much in line with that, the mutual aid response, we were busy with the Wood Island fire as well. We had our rehab trailer and about a dozen members go up. We swapped that out about halfway through and sent up another crew. And we also, on the last day, sent up our ladder truck that we're going to try a different type of extinguishment exercise up there, but they never really had to get it employed, which was good. But the trucks were up and in place, and we were doing our part to help out with our mutual aid partners. And I believe that concludes my report, Chair.
Thank you, Deputy Chief, and thank the officers for their assistance in Borden. Scary situation, and it just shows that when it comes to these type of emergencies, that the communities all band together, including the biggest, of course, City of Charlottetown, and it was. I'm sure it was very appreciated by everyone involved. So thank the department, Tim, on behalf of council.
Definitely.
Also, Deputy Chief, thank you to, I don't know if you heard last night, but council did pass the resolution for the lighting system on Kent Street. And I just want to,
oh, great.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to yourself and the inspectors, Kent and Winston. I believe they were working on the file. Just want to thank them for, again, just everything has a solution, and sometimes it just takes just takes good communication, and I just appreciate that from you guys, having those conversations with the involved groups and making it come to fruition. So pass along those messages, please.
I definitely will. Thanks very much, Chair. Much appreciated.
Any questions for Tim on the operational report?
Mr. Chair, Deputy or Acting Chief Tim, you have two vehicles out there at the former government garage. So the ladder truck, as you said, the ladder truck will be going to North Shore. Any home for the other one? At this point, are you
Not
looking at
just yet,
something?
Your Worship. We are still working on it. I don't have anything as yet, but we definitely hope to get it into some cover here shortly.
Thank you.
Councillor Drawn, any questions with regards to the operational report for Deputy Chief?
No, I'm great. Thank you.
Okay. All right, see nothing else, so let's move on to the fire updates.
Yeah, just much more of the same, Chair. Just in regards to the volunteer recruitment campaign, where we're looking to change the approach this time around and get some people in earlier. So that's still a work in progress. And in September, we're going to have them in-house for some in-house training. So we're looking forward to that, and the campaign goes well. The ELS firefighter hiring competition. Haven't checked with HR. I will tomorrow to see how many applicants have been in for that. So we'll follow up with that. And once again, for the career posting as well, get that out and operated.
All right, thank you, Deputy Chief. So are there any questions? Councillor Drawn, any questions?
No, I do not. Thank you.
So, Deputy Chief, on the topic of fire trucks, what's the update on the old truck that we were supposed to get in from New Brunswick? I may have missed something along the way, but there was an old fire truck that we were going to or did purchase and move it back here. Any updates?
I don't have an update for you, Chair, and I will find out. Since my return, it hasn't been brought over to PEI yet. I do know that much, but I will find out exactly what the status is on that, and we can find a home for that. That's an old antique ladder truck, I believe it is.
Yeah, I'm assuming that, I know we showed interest on behalf of the committee. I think we voted in favor. Had we purchased that and we just haven't shipped it over yet, or was it just a kind of a letter of intent that we were going to buy it?
I believe it was. Chief McDonald was handling that while I was out of office, so I'll have to find that file and just find out exactly where we're at with that.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, if there's no other questions, we're going to, I need a motion to move into a closed session as per section 119(1)(b), undisclosed confidential information, D, human resource matter, and E, a matter still under consideration of the MGA of PEI. Do I have a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councillor Ramsey, seconded by Councillor Duffy. All in favor? Yes? Okay, we'll move into a closed session. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.